Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be picking my December TBR. So I am going to pick my own TBR this month because it is Christmas and I'd really like to read some Christmassy books to go with the season. So that's what I'm going to do. I am really looking forward to the holiday season, so I thought it'd be nice to read the Christmassy books to go with the Christmassy spirit. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So let's get into it. So the first book on my December TBR is The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. Let me get the blurb up. So the blurb says, "She'll save Christmas just to spite him. There's only one thing standing in the way of Cat King saving a small town's Christmas festival, grumpy town manager Noah Yates. Single dad Noah takes his responsibilities seriously. When a late-season hurricane turns merry Connecticut into a disaster, he's left scrambling to pick up the pieces of the town he loves, at least until home renovation expert and smoking hot reality TV star Catalina King arrives with a camera crew and a budget big enough to put the town back together again. But Noah doesn't want a celebrity diva capitalising on their tragedy or filling his daughter's head with visions of glitz and glam. Blonde bombshell Cat is used to be underestimated, but Noah has an uncanny knack for getting under a skin. They can't be in a room together without rubbing each other the wrong way, except that time in the dark alley where the rubbing was just right. Can these enemies work together to pull off a Christmas miracle, or will their fighting leave them both on the naughty list? So it sounds like an enemies to lovers type of trope, and the grumpy sunshine type of guy, if that makes sense. He seems miserable and then he turns out to be alright, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I thought that would be a nice little romance to read for the holiday season. So that was book one. Books two and three sort of tie in together. So for book two, I've got Jenny Colgan's The Christmas Bookshop, and this one says, Carmen has always worked in her local department store, so when the gorgeous old building closes its doors for good, she is more than a little lost. When her sister Sophia mentions an opportunity in Edinburgh, a cute little bookshop, the spare room in her house, Carmen is reluctant. She was never very good at accepting help, but short on options, she soon finds herself pulling into the snowy city just a month before Christmas. What Sophia didn't say is that the shop is on its last legs, and that if Carmen can't help turn things around before Christmas, the owner will be forced to sell. Privately, Sophia is sure it will take more than a miracle to save the store, but maybe this Christmas Carmen might surprise them all. So, by the sounds of it, she's going to stay with her sister, and they've got to save the bookshop, which will be nice. It'll be quite cutesy, I think, quite cozy, which will be nice to read during the colder nights. Like I say, book three does tie in with that. It is the sequel to that one, and it is called Midnight at the Christmas Bookshop. And I thought it'd be nice to read the two together. So this one says, Carmen is at a loose end. Her gorgeous bookshop is the filming site of a cheesy Christmas movie. She's been ousted from her sister's house, and the love of her life has just flown thousands of miles away. It's threatening to be a very unjolly Christmas indeed. But when the elderly owner of the shop comes to Carmen with a Christmas wish list that threatens to never come true, Carmen knows she must buckle down to get the funds to save not only his trip, but the shop itself. While fending off a shady tat selling businessman, Carmen discovers wonders to the shop she could have never imagined and opens a labyrinth of bookish back rooms for the customers to get lost in. With her deadline looming, it might take more than a fresh coat of paint to solve Carmen's problems, but with the help of their neighbours, her nieces and nephew, and a very distractingly cute male nanny, Carmen might just pull her greatest magic trick yet. So this one seems to have a romance element to it, which will be nice. And again, it's about saving the bookshop. I just like the idea of a bookshop in winter. It gives me the cozy vibes that you need in a winter book, I think. So I think them two will be nice to read. So that was book three. For book four, I went with a classic because I do want to start reading more classics. And this book is very Christmassy anyway. It's sort of associated with Christmas a lot. So I thought, why not now? Why not start now? So book four is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I thought this would be a nice one to get into classics with. I have read it before a very, very long time ago, but I can't really remember a lot about it. I do know the story because it's quite a famous story, but I just thought it'd be nice to reread. I thought, what better time to read a classic than Christmas time? So, yeah, obviously it follows the character of Scrooge and the three different ghosts that visit him: Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future, and his changing of character. I'm guessing most people know the story of this one without me reading into it. But yeah, I thought this would be a nice one to read at Christmas. So that's book 4. Please excuse my lighting. I do really need to get new lights, but I'm trying to make do with what I've got at the minute. And this one decides it wants to have a disco every time I try and film a video. So just bear with the flashing light situation. I am in the process of looking at new lights. It's going to be fixed. I'm so sorry. Anyway, moving on. And for book 5, the last book of My December TBR, I decided to pick The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore, which is the latest book in the Pumpkin Spice Cafe series. I didn't really like the first one, but I did enjoy the second one. So I'm hoping that this one's as good as the second one. But I'm curious to see how they make it Christmassy, if that makes sense. But I'm looking forward to this one. The blurb says, Kira North hates Christmas, which is unfortunate since she just bought a Christmas tree farm in a town that's too cute for its own good. Bennett Ellis is on vacation in Dream Harbour, taking a break from his life in California, and most importantly, taking a break from his latest run of disastrous dates. After a run-in with Kira in her fields, Ben has no intention of offering to help the grumpy owner set up her tree farm, despite the fact she's clearly got no idea what she's doing. Kira knows she should stop being so stubborn, but her farm is not all cute and cozy like people always show on social media. It's borderline dangerous with no heating, and she'd rather no one saw it. But somehow fate finds Ben at Kira's farm once more, and as Kira watches him swing and axe at the first tree, she finds herself appreciating his strength and questioning why she refused to help in the first place. So I'm assuming it follows the other 2 books in the sense that it's a small town romance. It sounds that way. And they're very cutesy, very hallmarky. So if you're looking for something that is a Christmas film in book form, I am assuming this would be the book that ticks that box. Yeah, they're quite cutesy, quite romancy. So they'll be nice to curl up with a hot chocolate with and just sit in a cosy blanket and read, to be honest. The other 2 are quite easy reads, quite easy to get through. So I'm assuming this one's going to be the same. But yeah, that's book 5. So just to recap, the 5 books on my December TBR are The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score, The Christmas Bookshop by Jenny Colgan, Midnight at the Christmas Bookshop by, again, Jenny Colgan, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, and The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore. So that is the end of my December TBR video. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, please like, comment and subscribe underneath, and I will see you all again next week.